Past couple of weeks, I guess, I've been going through a lot of my gear. I'm sure a lot of you have been, given everything that's going on right now. And I came across this piece of kit, and I thought this would be interesting to show you guys. It's something that I put together a couple years ago. Obviously, with the Red Cross symbol and everything, this is obviously a medical type kit. And what this particular pouch contains is my minor surgery kit, for as much as it is right now. So I thought I'd show this to you. First thing we've got in the front pocket here, this little sleeve, is a bunch of nitrile gloves. I really would have preferred to have sterile. These are non-sterile, but I haven't really found a good local source of affordable sterile gloves right now. So we put these in. There's 8 gloves, 4 pairs in there. It is a sealed package, so they're at least cleanish. Anything else in there? No, because that's the first thing you need to grab is gloves before you handle any kind of injury whatsoever. In the main pocket, here's where it gets interesting. Like I said, minor surgery kit. This, put that aside so we can see here, is my practice suturing kit. The basic kit has the scalpel, there's blades over here, all the forceps, the needle holders, scissors, everything you need there. Underneath that we have an assortment of needles right there, and some 3/0, I'm pretty sure that's nylon, I can't remember right now what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's nylon that came with the kit. Now, I did practice with this kit. If you go over to doomandbloom.com, Dr. Bones and Nurse Amy, I think that they either have an online class or a CD that you can order or something. Check through their videos, check through their website. I know they've got it on suturing. They've done hundreds of those demonstrations in various trade shows and whatnot, including, I believe, in Niagara Falls a few years ago here in Canada. But I ordered this kit, so I've practiced with it. I wasn't terribly impressed with the instruments themselves. They weren't comfortable, they're a little bit big, so I went ahead and I, of course, ordered more. These ones, of course, you can see relatively smaller. I don't know. I didn't like these ones terribly either. There's also a scalpel I got with these. It just didn't feel right in my hands, if you know what I mean. So I've got in this kit all sorts of instruments for suturing, and they do work. Don't get me wrong, they do work, but these are not the ones that I keep on hand to actually use to suture. Those are in here, and I finally found the right ones. These are professional grade, and I've actually sealed them up in sterilization pouches, gone through the pressure canner, and there's the 4 basic instruments there for suturing. Again, all of them have been sterilized. They're in the pouches. Yes, this is, by the way you do it. You don't want to have these instruments closed when you sterilize them. Make sure they're open. It took me a few tries to get the right size pouches. It's kind of hard to imagine them online when you're shopping. This is the biggest one I could find. It's the 5 1/4 by 11 1/4, and it actually does hold an open pair of needle holders. Of course, the forceps, the scissor, and that. What else is in here is this. This is called an AQ sponge preoperative antiseptic skin preparation. You're going to need to create a sterile field. This will absolutely clean the area before you start suturing. I'm not recommending this one particular. There's lots of other ones you can get. Again, Doom and Bloom over, my friends Joe and Amy. They've got lots of stuff to help you get equipped for that. But you're going to need something to clean the skin area off. Sorry, I keep going out of camera because my viewer is like upside down. I'm having a hard time. When I move up, it goes down. Anyway, you're going to need something to clean the skin off. Either this type of thing or something else. What else is in this kit? Well, I lucked out and I actually ordered in, I think this might have come from China, I'm not even sure, Lidocaine topical solution. Try to get that a little bit closer there. There you go. You can see it. I can see it. It's upside down for me, but it's right side up for you. And this is to numb the skin before you start sticking needles and pulling thread through. It's a 20 ml bottle. It comes with a little pump, spray pump thing on the side. It's never been opened, never tried it. Don't know if it numbs or not, but we'll find out with the first the first person I throw a needle into. On top of that, just some basic alcohol prep pads. And here are, I have two sizes. I have two 3-0s and two 4-0s, sterile sutures, 3H in circle, reverse cut needles, 75 centimeter. That's quite a long suture. You're going to get a lot of sutures out of that. These ones are set to expire next year, 2023. And they are monofilament nylon. They are not the silk. They are not the catgut. I would have preferred that, but this is what I was able to get at the time. So all that we're going to put back into our one little kit. Yeah, that was it. And the sterilized instruments. We'll close up the practice set. By the way, yeah, this is a practice set, but push comes to shove, I'm going to use this too, if I have to. The prep area, pad back in, the lidocaine back in, zip this up, keep it ready to go, zip that up. There's my minor surgery kit. Small pouch, easy to grab and go, easily identifiable as medical supplies because of the red cross. Another thing I wanted to show you guys. Probably nobody has them. Not many people have this, I'm sure. And this is, if we open this pouch, an actual blood pressure cuff. There we go. The pump with the valve, the meter, the gauge, everything right there for taking blood pressure manually. A lot of people have the automatic ones, they're battery operated. I have that too because I take certain medications where I need to monitor my blood pressure. Not because I have high blood pressure, but I take certain medications that have a habit of raising blood pressure. So we'll wrap that all up. And by the way, learn how to use something like this if you're going to get one. There's instructions in there, but meh. I actually learned how to do this way back in high school. There was an experimental biology program that I took in high school called human biology. Our biology professor was actually a retired lab technician at a hospital. So he was great at showing us how, he had us testing our own blood types and taught us how to do blood pressure with one of these, not with the automatic one and all that. I'm not going to take this out of the bag. I've got it zip-locked up, but it's an actual stethoscope. You need that with this. These two pieces go together to be able to read blood pressure manually without that battery-operated electronic thing that may or may not work, or you may or may not have batteries for, or you may or may not want to use the batteries that you do have to run it. You might want them for your comms, for your lighting, for other things. So, manual option. Do I have the automatic option? The battery option? I have this one. 1 is 1, 2 is 1. Remember that. So this was just a quick video to show you guys a few things. This was all the rage like 2-3 years ago. And it's gotten out of favor, I guess, with the YouTube algorithms or whatever. There's not many videos popping up on this anymore. Not many people talking about the suturing and stuff anymore. But it's important. If the poop hits the propeller, you can't get to the hospital. You don't want to go to the hospital. The hospital isn't there anymore. You're going to be able to want to do stuff like this on your own. So again, gather the equipment up. Go over to doomandbloom.net. I keep pushing these guys because they're amazing. And I met them in person. And Joe and Amy Alton are as amazing and as nice and as wonderful people in person as they appear to be on YouTube. I've met a lot of people from the internet in the prepping community, and they're nothing like what they seem like online. These two, they look genuine online, and they really are. They're wonderful people. Do I have something else to show you? You know what? Hold on. I have something else to show you that just came in, speaking of doomandbloom.net. As we all know, all the rhetoric flying out of Russia right now, nuclear weapons and whatnot, KI pills, potassium iodide pills, have become next to impossible to find. I was actually turned on to this by Canadian Prepper. He had a YouTube video out regarding this shortage and had Joe and Amy on there explaining about this stuff. Actually, I think it was Joe that was explaining it. Amy seems to be the one that packs things up and sends them out. And I got this the other day. Lugol's solution. Lugol's, right there. If you cannot find your KI pills, this is an alternative. It's a 2% solution. It contains potassium iodide and iodine. Yeah, I'm not answering the phone right now. You just want overtime work, which we're not giving right now. And 2-ounce bottle here will give me and my family, that's 2 adults and 2 kids, dose for about 10 days worth, which is probably more than we're going to need. 1 milliliter of this in a glass of water for kids, 2 milliliters of this in a glass of water for the adults. This will replace your KI pills. It will fill up, it will saturate your thyroid with the potassium iodide and iodine and not allow the radioactive stuff to get in. It's not a magic pill or a magic liquid to prevent radiation sickness. This will prevent thyroid cancer caused by the radiation and the radioactive iodine getting into your thyroid. That's all it does. Don't be taking KI pills or using Lugol's solution or whatever, thinking that you are radiation proof or somehow immune. That's not the way it works. The radiation can still damage other organs. But the Lugol solution, if you cannot find, and you probably can't, the KI pills, they go under a couple of brand names, they escape me right now. This is an alternative that you may want to consider. There's all sorts of warnings and what do you call them, disclaimers around it, because I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on the internet either. But I thought for myself this Lugol solution would be an alternative to the KI pills that I couldn't find, and it's my own fault. I should have had them before all this poo-poo started flying, because the minute somebody mentions a nuclear bomb, KI pills were off the shelf. That was it. They were gone. They were sold. Nowhere to be found. And if you did find them, they were at exorbitant prices. This stuff was dirt cheap. Somewhere around $10 US, I think, for the 2 fluid ounce bottles. plus shipping all to Canada. It took about a week and a half to get here. Of course, Amy wrote me a nice little personal note on the packing slip. And Amy, Joe, if you guys are watching us, I absolutely will. Thank you very much, and same to you. As per your note from the packing slip, that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, just a few things in the medical field to be talking about today.